There was once a young wolf who believed he would become strong simply because he wanted to. Every morning, he would stand on the snowy cliffs above the forest and imagine the life he dreamed of, faster than the others, stronger than the others, respected by the pack. He pictured himself leading hunts, protecting the younger wolves, walking through winter storms without fear. And in those moments, he felt unstoppable. But imagination is warm, real life is cold. The young wolf's name was Kale. He was energetic, ambitious, and full of excitement whenever a new day began. He would wake up before sunrise and tell himself, "This time I'll change. This time I'll become disciplined." For 2 days, maybe 3, he would train harder than anyone. He would run through deep snow until his legs trembled, practice hunting for hours, climb frozen hills while the wind cut through his fur. And then something always happened. The excitement disappeared. The mornings became colder. The hills looked steeper. The snow felt heavier. And the voice inside him would whisper the same thing every single time. "You can rest today." And Kale always listened. 1 missed day became 3. 3 became 10. Soon he was back to wandering through the forest, chasing rabbits for fun, sleeping late, watching the stronger wolves improve while he stayed exactly the same. The worst part was not failing. The worst part was watching himself become someone he no longer respected. Maybe you know that feeling. The pain of promising yourself change, and then slowly watching yourself break your own promises. Winter grew harsher that year. Food became scarce. The rivers froze. Even the older wolves struggled to hunt. One evening, the pack returned from a hunt exhausted and hungry. Kale had stayed behind again. He told himself he was tired, that he would train tomorrow. But when the wolves returned, something felt different. One of the hunters was missing. An old wolf named Roran walked slowly toward the firelight, limping heavily. Snow clung to his gray fur. His breathing was rough and uneven. Kale looked around nervously. "Where's Dren?" he asked. Silence. Then Roran answered quietly. He couldn't keep up. The words hit Kale harder than the freezing wind. Dren had been young, strong, talented, but talent did not save him when the mountains became cruel. That night, Kale could not sleep. For the first time, he realized something terrifying. The forest did not care about motivation. The snow did not care how inspired you felt. Winter did not wait for you to feel ready. You either prepared or you suffered. And suddenly, Kale saw his future clearly. Years of starting and stopping. Years of waiting to feel motivated. Years wasted, while life moved forward without him. The next morning before sunrise, Kale climbed the cliffs alone. The wind was brutal. Dark clouds covered the sky. Every part of him wanted to go back. Then he heard footsteps behind him. It was Roran. The old wolf sat beside him quietly. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then Kale finally asked, "How do you keep going when you don't feel like it?" Roran looked out across the frozen forest. And then he said something Kale would remember for the rest of his life. Discipline starts the moment motivation dies. Kale frowned slightly. Roran continued. Anyone can run when they feel excited. Anyone can work when the sun is shining and their heart is full of energy. But the wolves who survive winter are not the most motivated. He looked directly at Kale. They are the ones who keep moving after the feeling disappears. Those words changed something inside him. Because Kale finally understood the mistake he had been making. He had been treating motivation like a requirement, as if he needed to feel good before taking action. But the strongest wolves acted whether they felt like it or not. Not because it was easy, because it mattered. That morning, Kale ran through the snow again, but this time felt different. There was no excitement, No dramatic music playing in his head. No powerful feeling, just cold air, heavy breathing, burning legs. And strangely, that made the run more important than all the others. Because for the first time in his life, he was no longer being controlled by emotion. He was choosing action anyway. Days passed, then weeks. Cale still had difficult mornings, still had moments where he wanted to quit. But now, whenever the excitement disappeared, he remembered Roran's words. Oh, discipline starts the moment motivation dies. And slowly, the wolf who once depended on feelings became someone who depended on decisions. His body grew stronger, his mind became calmer, and something else changed too. He started trusting himself again, because every time he kept a promise to himself, even a small one, another piece of confidence returned. Months later, winter arrived once more. But this time, Cale was different. During a violent storm, a young wolf became separated from the pack near the cliffs. The snow was blinding. The wind screamed through the mountains. Most wolves hesitated. Not Cale. Without a word, he ran directly into the storm. Hours later, he returned carrying the younger wolf safely beside him, exhausted, frozen. Barely able to walk, but alive, the pack stared at him differently that night. Not because he was the fastest, not because he was the most talented, but because he had become dependable. And in the wild, dependable matters more than impressive. In the same way, many people spend years waiting for motivation before changing their life. They wait to feel inspired before starting. Wait to feel confident before trying. Wait to feel ready before taking action. But motivation is temporary. Feelings change. Energy fades. And life keeps moving whether you act or not. The people who transform their lives are not always the most talented. Often they are simply the ones who learned to keep going after the excitement disappeared. That is discipline, not perfection, not intensity. Just the quiet decision to continue, even on ordinary days, even on difficult days, even when nobody is watching. Because the moment motivation dies, the real story finally begins.